How can a private contract help end police brutality? Now we know what's going on. I know what's going on. We all know what's going on. Depending on how old you are, that really doesn't matter. Depending on how old you are or the so-called color of your skin, this is really nothing new, and it's just really upsetting, and it adds to everything that's been going on and we've been dealing with, since we've been here and since our ancestors have been here. But the bottom line is like marches and sit-ins and protests, they obviously ain't working. And there may be, some difference in this time, and I can be willing to acknowledge that. But I ain't expecting nobody to give me nothing. So as far as I'm concerned, how can a private contract help end police brutality? I'm sure it sounds absurd. I'm sure a lot of people are like, yo, this dude's tripping, man. As far as what he's saying, and he thinks that contracts can save everything. A contract can't stop nobody from murdering someone else. Well, I mean, technically, you're probably wrong. And I just think it's from a limited point of view with a limited mind state that we continue to do the same things that we continue to do. Now, there's a lot of people getting on some activism stuff and going public and trying to make a change. And I'm staying out of that because, that's the public, y'all. But the bottom line is our family, our peoples, our loved ones are in the public. We are in the public at times. So how can we protect ourselves, and how can we put ourselves in the position and put our family in the position to where a private contract can help police and police brutality? And I'm going to tell you this, man, hands down, it is life insurance, man. I'm not going to play no games. I'm not going to try to draw this out. Nah, I'm going to say it right away. If at least 40% of us, now when I say us, I'm talking melanated, if at least 40% of us had life insurance policies, man, through our private estate or not, it doesn't matter, through an individual and the beneficiaries are other beneficiaries, it doesn't matter. I truly, truly, truly believe if 40% of us had life insurance, that these payouts would become too much for these insurance companies. And we all know, or should know, that everything in the public must be bonded and insured, that it would make it prohibitive for these police stations to get insured and to get bonded. Now, I know some people will say, well, hey, insurance companies or bonding companies are different between that deal with police stations and municipalities versus that deal with life insurance and so on and so forth. And you may very well be right. But you're not going to sit here and tell me that it's not connected. And you're not going to sit here and tell me that after all of these deaths, if 40% of the brothers and sisters, just 40% of the brothers and sisters that were murdered in the last, 5 years, 7 years, 10 years by a police officer or officers had life insurance policies, it will definitely have a different effect. Now, can I prove that? I can't prove that. And I will admit that. Is it possible that I'm absolutely insane and crazy and just running my mouth? That's possible. It's absolutely possible. But it's also possible that I'm correct. And it's also possible that a private contract can help end police brutality, because it will make it prohibitively expensive for these police departments to get coverage. And if they're not bonded and insured, they can't have a police station, man. Maybe they would think twice about who they rough up and who they murder. because these insurance companies would not be having that. It would eventually get to a point that it would be a problem, even if the insurance companies ain't directly involved. I know that everything is connected. And on a higher level, when it comes to finance, there are funds that handle, fund managers that handle large amounts of wealth from private families. And these fund managers are in a lot of different assets. And some of those assets that they dabble in is insurance. It would cause a displacement with all these payouts having to be paid due to deaths, premature deaths, that these insurance companies, these life insurance companies, were not anticipating the insured to die so soon or be murdered so soon, so they weren't anticipating paying out the death benefits so soon. It would have an effect after a while that would come back and negatively affect police stations and police departments. Now, am I in a position to test my theory? Not really. I don't control an entity that possesses enough funds to insure enough of our people with life insurance to allow for a control group that would be able to display that my theory is correct, or prove that my theory is correct. But I do know this. One of the biggest things about my people is we don't really have our finances together. And the reason why we don't really have our finances together is because we weren't taught certain things and we lack certain information. But given certain information, we can make different choices, we can do different things. And in doing different things, we can experience different outcomes. Do I think the answer to ending police to ending police brutality is getting life insurance on 40% of our people? I don't think that's the answer. I think life insurance contracts will help. Could definitely help. It's a systemic thing. It's inherent, intrinsic in the system. It's obvious. This thing has been going on with our people for a long time. This is nothing new to us. But I propose that making an effort to get ourselves and our family members life insurance, would it be at least an assist in helping to end it, because it would make it economically unfeasible to continue on, as well as socially unacceptable to continue, because we got the social part already. But social outcries tend to wane, they tend to die down. But economic incentives continue. And we understand that this is a commercial system. And even though we may have social issues, there are going to be commercial commercial aspects to social issues. Now, life insurance is a private contract. It's a contract. There's two main types of life insurance. There's term life insurance and whole life or universal life insurance. In the private, I was taught by my mentors to use whole life insurance policies in conjunction with trust contract entities for private family banking. Now, not only do we continue to perpetuate the growth of the estate monetarily through the receipt of the death benefit for the family members, but also with whole life insurance policies or certain whole life insurance policies, there is a cash value that is associated with these policies that the family trust entity is able to borrow against, enabling private family loans for vehicles, for education, for down payments on properties can be financed through the family and not through the public, through a credit union or bank where they're charging our family members interest, but the interest is going to the bank and their family and not to us and our family members. When you execute family banking with life insurance policies, the benefit is, one of the benefits is that cash value is available to be borrowed at more favorable terms to family beneficiaries for educational expenses, for down payment for homes, for vehicles, and that interest that's paid on that loan is going and adding to the family wealth, the private family wealth, and not adding to some other's family wealth through their investments in some bank holdings. Not only is there a death benefit, there's a cash value benefit to these contracts, these life insurance contracts, that with proper administration and understanding, we are able to utilize them privately so that our family members do not have to go to banks or credit unions and declare all types of private information and financial information to these public entities to receive loans. And on top of that, there's a death benefit. And that goes to add to the wealth of the family estate. Because one of the only guarantees in this life is that we will die. And this is the only contract that allows the estate to benefit monetarily on something that happens to all of us naturally. And on top of that, it can be a means to at least have law enforcement officers think twice before putting their hands on us, because we may be insured. I think it's a win-win. Now, is it going to save everything and change the world and make bunnies and wolves live together in peace and harmony and justice and freedom with Kool-Aid and rice? No. I don't feel as though I'm delusional to believe such nonsense. But what I do believe is that one private contract, along with other things, can help end police brutality. Yes, I think it incentivizes municipalities to be more or to be less heavy-handed in their dealings with the people, because it can end up costing them more than just social unrest, more than just fingers being wagged. Now, the power is in the people. I hope y'all understand those charges were upgraded for that main person, as well as charges were added and upgraded for all the other ones. And that's due to all of these protests. So there's power in the people and power in the movements, but there's also power in the contracts. And contract makes the law. And until we properly arrange our affairs, I believe we're always going to be in a position to where we're asking, maybe requesting, maybe going so far as demanding something that we shouldn't have to be asking for, something that we shouldn't have to be demanding, something that we shouldn't have to be requesting. And I don't know about you, but I'm tired, man. I'm tired. It don't matter. Because, y'all get in here and be like, so-called black, but, I identify with my people. I identify with those who look like me, regardless of what they call themselves or what religion they cling to. They're still my people. And I'm sure, just like you, am tired of seeing this stuff. And, I have this race war that I believe is being attempted to ignite. I don't see my people taking the bait, because we ain't trying to fight nobody. We really ain't trying to we just want to be left alone, man. We ain't trying to war with nobody. All this is about us being left alone and being treated with respect and dignity. And we deserve that. We deserve that regardless. But a lot of times, our behavior and our actions will show as a whole, as a people, not as individuals, Yeah, we deserve respect. We deserve a lot of things. But I think we also deserve to be strategic. We also deserve to think. And I think this problem, and a lot of our problems, these problems deserve to be addressed from multiple angles and from multiple levels. Because these issues that face us, they're not all surface. They're not all one-dimensional. And it's going to be social pressure, and it's going to be economic pressure that gets this job done. Please believe me. And I'm invested in this just as much as you are. But ultimately, we just got to keep trying. We got to try whatever we can try, And I truly am convinced and believe, you know what I'm saying? There's truth to me that I speak, that a part of this component is us making it economically impactful for these people to continue to do what they're doing to us. A lot of times this stuff happens with these police departments, and people turn around and sue the city and don't sue the police department. But, we got to hit their pockets. This is how the system works. The system is based off of so-called money. It's really based off of debt, but it's based off of so-called money. So part of the components to address issues within the system have an economic component to them. Big Brother Yusuf says all crimes are commercial. There's a commercial charge associated with each and every crime. And that one of our biggest problems in dealing with this system is that we don't address the commercial aspect of the issue. We don't. But I saw that man's daughter, man. And it really hurts me. It touches my heart. It hurts my heart to know that it's more than likely that brother didn't have no life insurance, man. To help, financially, to help take care of that financial void that is going to exist due to the lack of her father not being there. There's going to be a financial void. So the life insurance can at least fill that financial void. We're all going to deal with the void of not having a loved one there. And that's tough, man. I know what it's like to lose family members. I know what it's like to have, death in my family, real close to me, But the financial burden makes it so much worse, man. And the money ain't gonna bring nobody back. It's not. But as far as I'm concerned, each and every one of us who is an adult and who is a parent has the responsibility to take into consideration and to prepare and set into motion a plan that will assist those that you love and those that depend on you economically if anything were to happen to you. Like what happened to that brother in the street, man. Maybe it won't help end police brutality. Maybe not. But what it will do, it will help fill that economic void from a little child, a little son, or a little daughter who don't have their daddy or their mommy no more, man. That's one person who's not on this earth that's willing to do whatever for that child because that's their mom, that's their dad. You only get two of those, man, and sometimes one of them ain't even with it, and sometimes both of them ain't even with it. When there's stuff that a mother or a father will do for a child that no one else will do. There's sacrifices that a mother and a father will make for a child that no one else will make. And it's rare to find someone who will make sacrifices for you that your mother or your father will make for you. And a lot of those sacrifices, especially for men, is economic. Economic sacrifices for my family. Y'all best believe I got life insurance, family. Please believe and know that I have life insurance. I'm not going to be able to be here and soothe my daughters, my son, with regards to me not being here, and tell them it's okay, and telling them that I'm proud of them, and tell them that I know they can do it. But at least they won't have the monetary burden. At least they won't, feel out here and not have that monetary support that existed when Dad was here. Nah, the trust is here. And I made sure that there was a death benefit, multiple death benefits going to that trust. So as a parent, I highly suggest that you get into trustee training, quit playing. Not to say that you're playing, maybe you're not, but whatever. And that you get that life insurance contract, that private contract that can't be taken away, that can't be abridged, to ensure at least the economic stability that you provide for your family will not be lost if you are taken, snatched off this plane. by those wicked. I know we're touched. We're all touched. We're all going through it, you know. Its effects. You know I saw myself laying there. The man called out for his mom. I don't even think it's about a color thing. Everybody know what that like. Grown man calling out for his mom that's been dead for several years already. It's horrible. It's terrible. It's the worst situation that any of us can imagine being in and leaving our children behind, man. But that right there, it affected me so much. What can you do, though? The only thing I can do is prepare. Make preparations. And that's my private estate, business trust, asset trust, family trust will always be here. If those wicked snatch me, and I have to shake the dust off my soul, this flesh, dust off of my spirit, then I know for real contract entities that cannot be abridged, that cannot be stepped on by these stupid, weird legislative states that empower police powers, that hold me and mine down by the neck. Can't do it, not with these private contracts. And on top of that, there's a death benefit coming to the private entity that y'all can't touch because it's not going to the beneficiaries. You ain't taxing that. Going to snatch my life and tax the death benefit that comes from the snatch. Why? Because their beneficiaries are U.S. citizens based on a birth certificate from some state? Nah. The beneficiary is a private entity. Expressed by contract, and that contract is protected by the United States Constitution. And I'm out. Kiss the sky. But that's just me. What you do is up to you. Sacrifices you make for your family and those that you don't make for your family. It's 100% on you. You will be held to account for the things that you did and that you did not do on this plane of existence. Just like I will be held to account for the things that I did and did not do on this plane of existence. And you cannot say, you can never say, if you hear this, you can never say that you did not hear, that it was not said. It doesn't matter who said it. It matters that it was said, that you heard it. And what'd you do? Life can end just like, your life can change just like that. Life can be over just like that. If anything, what we're witnessing and what we witnessed in the effects of that show us and tell us and remind us how fleeting this life is. And how quickly a child can go from having two parents to one. I just encourage us to make the best decisions for our family and for the future. I'm going to go to the phone lines. I'm going to take a couple calls, then I'm out of here. I don't know if y'all can tell, but, you know, I'm in a certain emotional state. And I wouldn't say it's negative, but I'm sure y'all feel where I'm at. You know? And, I just need to be constructive. But that's the show. You can say what you want. You're more than welcome to push one on your keypad. We got about 10 minutes left in the broadcast. I may stream. I'm probably going to stream just a little bit. So if you're not called in, you will get cut off. You're going to want to call 424-222-5250. You are listening to the hottest radio network on the planet. High Frequency Radio Network. I'm going to go to the phone lines. Appreciate y'all. I really do, man. I missed y'all. Sorry for missing last week. But I'm back on the team. 925. First caller. 925-1306. 925-1306. Peace. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Peace. How you doing, man?
Peace. I'm doing well. What's your name? Where you calling from?
All right, bro. This is Brian.
Yep. Tell him where you calling from.
Brian. From the Bay.
From the Bay. What's up, man? How you doing?
Man, I'm doing good, man. Liking what you was doing, what you were talking about. But, yeah, I mean, you laying down key factors for people to understand that they can use. So, because one thing that it was an article that was talking about how the insurance companies are now kind of getting upset about the police because they got bonds and whatnot. So if all these, murders and stuff, it can start messing with the insurance companies because they are bonded. And if these people start coming after those bonds, if they know how to do it, it's going to cause an issue. So that should make people understand the power of, understanding about getting a life policy, because you got that side, and then let's say you got side and they don't know how many of us got it. And they're like, well, you can't be hemming these people up because a lot of them might already have it. So, that's a good thing. And then, like you said, you can create wealth with that if you know how, if you be thorough and know how to actually fund, do what you need to do. And you could create wealth for your family. But you could just stop that because a lot of people ain't going to know all this information that they need to start studying and start doing with all this extra time you got. You ain't got no sports. You got nothing to distract you. So you should start, if it takes 30 minutes of each day, start trying to learn things about, trust, law, whatever. And on top of that, they can deal with you and they can go further and be on with you, on the days that you do it with the other trustees, and you could give them the information that they can, and walk them through it. So there's, people need to just look at the signs. The signs is we are. It's somebody told me this. They said it's BC and it's AC. It's life before Corona and it's life after Corona. And now we are in AC. So things ain't going back. And how much we want to, we're not going back that way. We're not going back. So there's a new opportunity for people to, make a move. And so one thing I was going to ask you, I guess I'm going to ask a question for somebody who might not be able to. So you're telling me about this gold and silver, and you're saying right now they are at record lows, if I'm not mistaken. So if I was trying to purchase like gold and silver, what places should I start looking into? Or do you know of any place where I can, look into, or, as far as that?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's at record lows. Just when it comes to, dollars.
Well,
what I would say is that. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're good. I'll say I apologize by saying it that way. But you were saying it was lower than what we thought. But my thing was, where do I go to start looking? If I don't know anything about this world, so I'm trying to figure out how do I get my feet into it.
Well, I would say start small, start researching, but then like my thing would be to maybe buy my first ounce of silver. Would probably be a good place to start. But right now it's crazy because you not only do you have the pandemic, but you also got the riots. So there's a lot of places that aren't open. But given quote normal or normal-ish circumstances, I always recommend going to a pawn shop or like a We Buy Gold spot and trying to get your hands on some gold and silver for two reasons. The first reason is pawn shops and the We Buy Gold spots. Those places are going to be dealing with a lot of people, and they're going to be dealing with a lot of transactions. And they're more than likely have been burned by some fake stuff already. So pawn shops and the We Buy Gold spots, they have the equipment that's necessary to be able to test the purity of, the metal, of the gold or the silver. And 9 times out of 10, they're not going to buy some fake stuff. So that'd be the first reason I would say a pawn shop or a We Buy Gold place. The second reason I would say that, is because of the spot price. Now, you have the price of gold and the price of silver, right? And then you can look at, the market rate of gold and silver. And then there's what is known as spot price or the premium, and that is what they say is the price of gold and silver that you see according to the market plus a premium for the minting and the shipping and whatever of the actual metal itself, so they add some extra costs on it called the premium. Well, in the We Buy Gold spot or a pawn shop, they're not buying the stuff from a dealer. So they're not paying the spot price or the extra premium on top of the gold or silver that dealers have to pay from the mints or whatever, and they pass along to customers. A We Buy Gold spot or a pawn shop is only going to give usually typically melt value or actual spot price value of the gold or silver. So when you go to buy from them, it's easier to tell them, like, look, man, I know you ain't paying spot price because you're buying it from people off the street, so stop trying to charge me so much and try to tell me about the spot price. It's easier in those places to negotiate a better price with the knowledge that these people are getting it secondhand and they're not paying that extra price. So We Buy Gold or a pawn shop. If you're working on a low budget, I would say, hit me up and I'll give you a link to sign up for Carat Bars, and you can start getting your hands on gold for, like I said, as little as like $8 a pop.
And what, And so what would that be like if I, all of a sudden like, hey, I got, $10 here or something like that, and then you able to get, I'm able to go through you, or do I have to have a certain amount all the time?
Nah. Well, I mean, you got to get an invite. You can't like just go sign up to Carat Bars. You got to get invited. So right. I got to give you a link. But then when you sign up, you don't go through me. You just log into your account that you have, and you just, you make your purchase. It doesn't have to be a certain amount. It can be as little as a tenth of a gram of gold, which is working out to about $8. $8 or so. And then, Carat Bars, they'll hold that until, you want to get it shipped to you, but they charge for shipping, and the shipping price is the same no matter how much gold you get shipped. So what I do is I wait until there's a certain amount of gold, and then I pay the one-time shipping price and have it sent to me. Real quick, we got about 90 seconds left in the broadcast. You want to call in 424-222-5250, or you will be cut off, and you will have to check out the archive.
So,
but yeah, man, there you
based
go.
on that, you're saying that if they got a certain, it's better to, because they're holding it for you, and they're holding it wherever their location at, and then if you at a certain point you wait for a certain amount of gold, and then you can get a one-time shipping payment, and they'll ship it to you. But if you don't want it to be shipped to you, they'll keep holding it.
Yeah, and they don't charge for like storage or anything. It's not we're holding it for you. We haven't shipped it to you. We're going to charge you these fees. They don't do that. They don't charge fees.
Right. So how do I know that they want? Because I'm just thinking. I'm thinking of somebody who don't know. Well, how do I know they're not gonna, just take my money and run?
I mean, you don't. You definitely don't. But I can definitely say like. They've never done it for me, and I've been with them since I've been dealing with that company from like 2016 or something like that.
Okay.
You know,
all right.
it's a reputable company that's been around for a long time. Yeah, I mean it's been around for a long time. Yep.
So you're saying that so for a person need to do is look into that, and they can talk to you if they're serious about it, and then on top of that, just start looking for your local pawn shops and we buy gold, and then learn about the spot price, and you might be able to come up in a good situation and take like $50 or $20, and you can start getting gold little by little or silver little by little. In your opinion, which one should a person look more into? Like, say they're like, should I buy more silver or should I buy more gold?
I think that's more of opinion. Me personally, I like silver a little more than gold. I think silver is a little more valuable than gold. And the reason why I say that is because silver is an industrial metal as well as a precious metal. It's used in industry, and it's rarely ever recovered. It's like destroyed. And the United States Geological, the U.S. Geological, I don't know if it's association or whatever, they put up on their website that silver would be extinct, the first element on the periodic table to go extinct. And I think silver is hella suppressed. I think it's just suppressed, and it's used. I mean, there's medicinal, it's antibacterial, it's antiviral.
Right.
I think silver has way too. It's just I would but I like gold too. I got gold. Gold is dope, but
But you're right about that whole silver thing, because if you think, I don't know, people go watch old movies like in the Middle Ages. If you notice, all their plates and bowls and stuff, their material is all silver, because it was supposed to make it easier to kill bacteria. And that's why it costs so much. Like, we got plates and stuff, and they be like just glass plates, and then the forks you got ain't 100% silver. But if you think about it, silver stuff costs way more for silver, for silverware.
Right. Yep. Stainless steel.
Mm-hmm. Well, I can't think of nothing. Well, I probably could, but I'm not going to. Let somebody else talk. But those are the only things I can, think of right now. And I appreciate what you're doing, and keep doing it, man. And, people, the reason why you're feeling the way you do, because you're passionate about what you're talking about. You want to see people make the right moves. So I don't, there's no reason why anybody would think anything less, because you don't have to spend your time doing this. You're doing this just as a, good karma, and to try to get other people out. So, more power to you.
I appreciate you, fam. I thank you, man. Thanks for calling in. And those were great questions, man. Thanks for the questions, man. Appreciate you. I know you don't need the answers. I know why you asked them. Man, thank you. Appreciate you, Brian.
I appreciate you, bro.
All right, man. Talk to you soon, man. Enjoy yourself.
You do the same.
All right, next caller. 205-4147. Area code 215, last 4, 4147. Peace. What's your name? Where you calling from? (205-4147). Hit your mute button. Check the mute. You muted yourself.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you. How you doing? Peace. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Bet. Yeah, indeed it is. Hey, it's another one, man. I'm just getting in, bro. Just getting in. Like, as we speak, kicking off the boots and things and all that. So I know I got to go back and check the archives. I know I got to go back. So, it's truly beautiful, though. It's divine timing. So, you know what I mean? Brother, I didn't have some things unexpected take place, but at the same time, it's kind of like there are doorways and openings and new opportunities, presenting themselves in disguise. Sometimes it seems kind of hectic, it looks like a hindering or a stumble block, but at the same time, it's not to bombard you, but it's also so you can be able to make more choices or better choices to be able to get to the next level. So I ain't sweating it. I'm gonna take the building with this week, but at the same time, I got somebody tuning in too, and they listening. So a question for them, because I did share a little information on whatnot and gave them a few guidance on what they should look up, how to get started. But at the same time, what do you say for those who are working? I would say in servitude or voluntary. Let's say voluntary servitude. What would you say to someone who's actually working? 9 to 5, regular Joe, come home, paying the bills, but they have potential to set something up on their own. They have potential to create their own structure. They have potential to actually start a service that can be beneficiary to people as well. You know what I'm saying? So what do you say to this person that, regular 9 to 5, they would like to start their own thing, you know what I'm saying? But they're bombarded by the 9 to 5 and thinking, oh, I don't have time for this. How can I set up a structure? How can I start an LLC? I don't know the first thing about an LLC. You see what I'm saying? So what do you say to them? So, because she's like, she's on the limbo line, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, hey, listen, go with your passion, you know what I'm saying? Make sure it's a true service. We don't want to just jump online, create some rinky-dink, something that's not going to really just put forth a service, you know what I'm saying, to the people, and it won't be really more beneficiary to, others. So what do you say to her? I mean, what do you say to them? What do you tell them? Like, how do you break this down just for the average? I don't want to say the mundane, but how would you just put this in a sense so they can be able to interpret how to get started, what mindset should they actually be in, and what's the benefits of sticking with this thing, because she want to know. So.
I guess the first thing I would say is you can do it. Like, for real, 100%. You can do it. You can do it. I know it's scary, and I know failing or the perception of failing in front of people and for yourself is scary. It can sometimes be paralyzing. The fear can be paralyzing. We have all these reasons as why we can't do it, why I shouldn't, I don't know how, I wasn't taught, nobody taught me, blah, 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 shouldn't be taught. We have all these things that go on in our mind. Our own mind turns against us. And sometimes it's tough to speak back to that voice and say, no, I can do it. And it's easier to fight back and push back to that voice telling you can't do it, and you're not worth it, and you're not going to make it, and you're going to be a failure, and everybody's going to laugh at you, and you're going to waste your time, and people are going to, it's easier to push back against that when someone else believes in you and says that you can do it. Nah, so-and-so said I can do it. Sometimes it's easier to believe in myself when I see someone else that believes in me, and that gives me the courage to believe in myself. So the first thing I would say is that you can do it. You just don't know how. You weren't taught how. But that doesn't mean that you can't learn how. And just because you don't know how doesn't mean you're slow, doesn't mean you're stupid, doesn't mean you're not worthy, and doesn't mean that you can't do it. That would be the first thing I would say, is that you can absolutely do it. I believe in you, and I got your back. The next thing I would say is the how is to sit down and realize that you ain't done learning. Sit down and realize all those days that you went to school, that wasn't the education for you. That was the education of you for the system. And that it is required that you sit down and you learn new stuff that the school didn't teach you. that no one else taught you. The next thing I would say is that you got to try. You got to have the mind state that I can do it. And you also have the mind state that even if I fail or I don't get the results that I wanted, I'm not going to give up. I'm going to learn from my mistake, and I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to keep trying again. And the benefits of sticking with it is, first and foremost, self-esteem. Being able to laugh at someone when they tell you, nah, you can't do that, and being able to laugh at them. And letting it be genuine. When someone tells you you can't do something when you know you can because you've done so many things that you thought you couldn't do. And you don't have time to sit there and argue with this fool and prove them wrong because they don't know you and they don't know they self. And I have the self-esteem of knowing that I can do it. I did do it. And even when I didn't believe in myself, someone else believed in me, which gave me the push to go and go harder. So keeping with it, the main benefit is the self-esteem, as well as the victories, as well as the money, as well as the accolades and people saying good job and people saying, hey, I always knew you could do it, and trying to take credit for your success. All those things that come along with it. But I would say the main benefit is true, non-fake, actual, real self-esteem. I got this. I can do this. That's the benefit.
Indeed. I would definitely, bro. Hey, that's the reason why I wanted you to put it in a sense where it can be, you know what I'm saying, comprehensible and you know what I'm saying, just direct and upfront. Because that's pretty much the energy and pretty much the message that was conveyed to her. Just letting you know, like, fam, you can do it. You can definitely do it. I mean, I'm being witness to it. Me and my partner, so you remember this when we talked on the show, like, a couple years back, when we was talking about the LLC setup, how me and my partner set up the LLC, Farmers Feeding Families, how we grow tens and thousands of crops, you know, on 3 and 4 acres of land, you know, 75-foot hoop house, controlling the climate, showing people in the community how to be self-sustainable. I mean, it's beautiful, fam, when you can get a multitude of people and get them out there, get the children in tune with how things grow, germination, how things take place, and what's the importance, okay, of these resources and how they affect our economics. Like, it's all connected. Everything is connected. So, you know, it's truly beautiful when you can get in front of people, man. I'm just being real and share information and knowledge, some that you're passionate about, some that you're in tune with, that you don't mind. Like, you'll wake up doing this without even getting started, without even brushing teeth. I mean, look, I do this. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, stay breath and all. You did. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, just passionate with it, bro. Just passionate with it, man.
Follow your heart, you know. And, you know, sometimes following your heart, you got to get a job to follow your heart. Sometimes you got to work a 9 to 5 to follow your heart. Sometimes you got to move to a different city to follow your heart. Sometimes you got to break up with that fool that doesn't respect you and doesn't see you for who you are and makes you feel small all the time. Sometimes you got to leave that fool to follow your heart.
Wow.
Don't let nobody hold you back. You deserve what you deserve. Go get it. Go get it. Go get it. And I believe in you. You know, go get it. Go get it.
Indeed. Indeed. So that message right there is telling me I'm unsure. I'm unaware of whom, but tonight, right there, that message right there is telling me it is directed towards someone on this panel that's listening right now. And they know it. They know it. This is for y'all, man. It's for you. He's talking to you. Yes, you. So I'm just being real, man. I'm here to just, you know what I mean, build with those who have a like-minded of interest, who's willing to approach this thing with good intentions, you know, clean hands when we're working, you know what I'm saying, a good heart. Good heart, man. Straight up. So, you know, it's another one. And she heard you, so I'm glad that she's out here tuning in. So it's good, it's beautiful, and yeah, no doubt, it's another one. But I gotta check the archives out. I gotta get my notepads and shit. We gotta jot down, for real. You know, bro dropping gems. You know, pick them up. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, man. I just want to say, you know, by coming in briefly, just chiming in, I still feel, even though I wasn't in the entire broadcast, when I came in on a certain percentage, I still just feel like, man, it just got that wholeness feeling. Like when you come on board, it's just like you already in tune. I mean, you know it was something. You know it was something about, you know what I mean, LLC setup. It's something about being involved. It's something pertaining to the private and the public relationship and how we should conduct certain things. You already know this. Everybody already know this. So it's truly beautiful when you come in. Just find your place, man. I mean, really, just find your place. Get in where you fit in. And the brother Sot is here to assist you all. If you got anything, you know you want to get something started and get it off the ground, the brother Sot is here to assist you. Straight up. So please do hit him up. Welcome to the admin. Welcome to the foundation. You know what I'm saying? Hey, my partner here, he definitely. My partner here is on welcometothefoundation.com, and he's stuck on like PDFs. He's just down. He want the PDFs. I'm like, bro, this is good, but this is a site to, you know what I mean, to assist you so you can move a little further and things like. This is not the end all be all, bro. Like, it's nice, no doubt. He's like, yeah, it's nice, but he's on it, man. But no doubt, bro. Yeah, trust administrator. I mean, straight up though, we gotta learn how to conduct our affairs as such. Learn to be a administrator. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely what it is. I see trust. I see actually trust set up in public versus private. I see it in the sense of conducting relationships better. Like overall for all things. Like what's your relationship like with your change person? What's your relationship like with your hustle? Are you true to it? Are you setting up for something? Are you straight up. Can't just be working in vain, man, and going out and balling. It's not gonna get it. So, no doubt. So, time and space is valuable. With that being said, brother, listen, carry on, no doubt, and salute to you and yours on the journey. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for everything that you have done. Thanks for everything that you continue to do. And thanks in advance for things in the near future to come, the things that you may bring about and drop jewels. So we here, no doubt. You know, energy never dies. They say it's the end in the movies, END, but it's really a play on your energy. It really stands for energy never dies. And those who are really in tune know this. So, you know what I'm saying? It's just the beginning of the end. You did. Straight up.
Got it.
You know. But with that being said, so man, listen, bro, I salute and I trust that everything has been going well, even though, you know, we come across some challenging times and whatnot. But at the same time, I know you've been persevering and you know, definitely assisting others and help changing others' condition. You know what I'm saying? So it's powerful, bro. Like, it's powerful. I always give thanks for you. I always have. You know what I'm saying? And everybody else that came into the reality. So definitely, bro. With that being said, so I'm going to let you go ahead to the next person or whatnot, and I'm going to play the cut. I'm here. It's your brother, Mellow Bay. You know what I'm saying? Reporting live from Birmingham, Alabama, or Planet, Alabama. We here. It's another brick in the foundation. Peace to the guys. I'm out.
Peace to the guys. Definitely. My brother, Mellow Bay. And my brother Brian Bay in the building. Shout out to the Foundation family. Speaking of Foundation family, 929-4056. Peace. Which name you calling
my
from?
Brother Saltel, Kings, Queens, Communities. My brother. I came in at the last moment. I've been going through. I'm heavy-hearted. But I know my people are starting to wake up. To my kings and queens, keep your head up. The struggle is real. Just keep your head up. What I need y'all to do, I need y'all to get properly educated now, because these folks don't want to let up. See, some of y'all sat around and waited for that stimulus check, the second round. They sat down and realized y'all going to get more money than what you needed to get in your hands. So now we control our futures. We control our destinies. Your voices made a difference. The violence, you do whatever you have to do by any means necessary. Family first out. Now, to all my brothers and sisters out there looting, you know what it was. You knew what you shouldn't have did. Okay? I'm not mad with you. I'm upset because you didn't have to go out there to do that. See, the thing about it is you have to show one steady face. We are venting. We are burning down stuff. We tearing down stuff. Yeah, we needed to make a message. Yes, is it economics? Yeah, you heard of a lot of people. The insurance companies, the owners of the business, the people that go to work. Yeah, you made a big dent in a lot of pockets. But some of us got caught in that dent. That's all right. Sometimes the Creator got to take you out of that area of comfort to make you uncomfortable for you to move to the next level. You saw everything that was going on. The pandemic, all the murders, all the stuff that's going on pertaining to us. That was our areas of uncomfort. That was our areas telling us, check yourself. Let's get back to royalty. Now, kings and queens, I told you all to get your spirituals in tune so you could see the foolishness that's coming around. Some of you got it, and you saw through it. Now, closed mouths do not get fed. I told you, my brother is reasonable. Don't come out your mouth slick or try to use them or try to play them. He's trying to help you. Now, the thing about it, what did we say before? Some of us going to get over the wall. We got to turn back around and pick some up and carry them over too. My brother is trying to take some of y'all over the wall with him. You and your foolish pride. You got to let that pride go. You got to stop trying to outthink the future. The future is not for you right now. You need to get your finances up. Stop worrying about what you got in your hand right now. Because right now, 90% of you don't have nothing. Pull yourselves together, people. Check your thinking. Check what's going on. And do you want to do this in the next 5 to 10 years? Do you want to leave that burden with your children, your grandchildren, and your great-grandchildren? If you want to do that, continue with the foolishness. Because you got to be a man about it. You got to be a woman about it. Now, the parties and the masses to be is getting scared because they realize we ain't got nothing to lose. They got more to lose. And as far as Boo-Boo, the fool in the White House, when he talking about military, check anybody that knows. An executive order was placed by the Vatican and the Pope to make sure no American citizens get harmed. Go and check that out. See, he scares y'all because he knows most of us don't know the law. You all home, start learning the law. Start learning the Constitution. Start learning your rights. Learn your contracts. You have nothing to lose. Contract is the law. And if y'all want to go a little further, y'all need to go and do the letter that my boy Willie Lynch wrote about us. When that piques your anger a little bit more, then you go back to the march in 1968 with Martin Luther King. I am a man. If that don't get you upset, go a little further. Emmett Till. See, people, we tired. And y'all need to get to a point of stop being tired and get to the point to be economically strong. See, they know once we get economically strong, they can't hold us. Get your pockets right. Get your silver, get your gold, get your precious metals. Get your private education. Admin at Welcome to the Foundation, Kings and Queens. Communities, do the research. If I'm wrong, you call me out. But you know I'm not wrong. My brother, keep the struggle going. Because eventually we're going to break through all the forces that think they holding us. You keep struggling because our people are starting to come in. They're going to get it just now because enough is enough. I had to deal with the pandemic. I'm still dealing with the pandemic. They got New York locked down, except for essential workers. Yeah, 90% of us are the essential workers. You need to slave us a little bit more, but not too much longer. When everything open back up, we're going to see how many of us really come back to work because we got more to lose than what we got to gain. I haven't seen a dead man cash the check yet. My brother, you stay safe. You protect your family, your kings and queens that are coming up. You be well, my brother. All is well. People going to have to seek you because they have no other place to go. So if they think they got it right, they ain't got it right. I thank you because I learned the hard way. But when I learned, and I'm still learning, I'm changing my whole attitude now. I don't need to do for others. I need to do for myself and my grandkids and my great-grandkids to come. Proper structure. Peace, my brother. Be well. Be safe, King.
I appreciate you. Yes, peace. As always, thanks for the words of wisdom. You know, Sister Yvette is like the mother of the foundation. So, yes, thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it. I'm going to keep it moving. You know, this is my calling until I am told to go somewhere else, you know. But who knows? There's nothing lasts forever. But I'm out here. You know, I'm in the field, so to speak. And, yeah, let's keep it moving. With that being said, I do want to, you know, say thank you. I appreciate y'all for checking out the show. I really, really, truly stand by what I say with regards to being private, setting up your private estate, and getting your private affairs in order. It really changes your life. It changes the way you do things. It changes the way you do business, which changes the way you're dealt with and the way you're perceived. And that's important. There's things that we don't know. And now that you know that the wealthy understand that there are informed families and uninformed families, and that's the difference that we weren't taught. We strive to make our families informed. That's my responsibility with regards to my family, and now that you've heard my voice, it's your responsibility as well. So I encourage you to hit me up, admin at welcometothefoundation.com. We got private trustee training, we got consultations, you know, and I'm very well versed in private family foundations, which are tax-exempt entities. Setting up your LLC, setting up your business, your corporations, sole proprietorships, whatever you want to do. When it comes to interfacing with the public properly, from the standpoint of contractual private entities, I'm pretty good at what I do. So I invite you to hit me up. Admin at welcometothefoundation.com. These fools can't break us and they'll never shake us. You know, we stronger than that. We've been stronger than that, and our strength, a lot of our characteristics are envied by many and copied by many, appropriated down to the way we speak, the way we dress, the way we dance, the way we make music. So, put it into perspective. Don't shit shake without us doing our dance. So with that being said, man, they can't stop us. They can't. And now they got the Karens mad. Now the Karens got our back. It's about to be a rap rizzle, but at the same time, no one is coming to save you. You must save yourself, and you must save your family. I am So L, and the Foundation and High Frequency Radio Network is here to help you save yourself and save your family. I encourage you to email me, admin@welcometothefoundation.com. Until next week, I encourage you to take care of yourself. I encourage you to enjoy yourself. I encourage you to say 10 things that you're thankful for before you go to sleep tonight and every night, and begin to change the way you think, and which will begin to change the things that you do, which will change your life. And I'm here to help. In the meantime, you are worth it. You can do it. I love you and I believe in you. And I look forward to seeing and bearing witness to your achievements and basking in your radiant shine. So until next time, y'all take care of yourself. Enjoy yourself. Hands down, be careful and be safe. Peace to the gods.
Doing this thing all the way live. High Frequency Radio.